go. Hey everybody, welcome to the Masters Fantasy Show, brought to you by MastersFantasyFootballLeagues.com. As always, I got the Masters crew here with me, the Doc, Dynasty Owl. What's up, guys? How you doing today?
Doing great,
Great.
Yep, same here. As always, I've been scouring through these trades all week, hand-selected a few of my favorites, kind of give you guys an idea of some real-time values, some real trades happening in the real Dynasty Leagues. With that said, first trade popping up on your screen is going to be Miles Sanders, Odell Beckham in the third, for Mike Davis, Curtis Samuel, the 1.10 and the future 1. Your guys' thoughts?
Well, yeah, Mike Davis very well could be starting for Atlanta. Curtis Samuel should have a nice role for the Washington football team. And, 2 first-round picks, nothing to scoff at. But, I've been a strong defender of Miles Sanders, and I've even said that he could creep up in the top 5 in terms of dynasty running back scoring. So I'm going to stick with that. It is kind of fascinating to see him and Odell on one side of this trade. It just goes to show you how both of them, especially Odell, have really fallen off in terms of value, where, Mike Davis is on the other side, and that's carrying a lot of weight. It's crazy. But I'm going to go with Miles Sanders. That's really the main thing that's going to put me over the top in this trade.
Good stuff. And Dynasty, out right before you go, just so you know, you've been taking a little heat online about your Miles Sanders breakout. Guys, a couple guys on there have been saying the situation in Philly, and I kind of agree with them when they say it.
Yeah.
I am a little worried about Miles Sanders, and I'm not coming at your take whatsoever.
No, that's right.
You could be right. I just wanted you to know that before you went. Floor's all yours.
Man, so now I gotta take the Miles Sanders side, and could be wrong. Don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but I believe his production actually had a relatively nice spike when Jalen Hurts did take over last year. All that being said, I'm not even super confident that Jalen Hurts is a long-term answer at all.
They're not either, I don't think.
Yeah, they're not either, which is part of the reason why I'm not. But all that being said, I do think Miles Sanders is, a very talented running back. Absolutely could break out. That offensive line is going to get healthier this year. It was a mess last year, like the Odell side as well. The Odell part of it on that side as well. And yeah, there's 2 firsts on the one side, but the one's a late first. And if Miles Sanders breaks out, then that very well could be another late first. So yeah, I'm going to ride with Miles Sanders and Odell Beckham.
I like it. All right, guys. Next trade popping up. We got Tyreek Hill, Laviska Shenault, and Eric Ebron for Tyler Boyd, Calvin Ridley, Irv Smith, and the 2.3. Floor's all yours.
That's an interesting one.
Tyreek. I think Tyreek's the best player in this deal. I know Calvin Ridley had a huge season last year and is, perceived to be much younger than Tyreek Hill, but we've talked about before, Calvin Ridley was super old coming out of college. So I think he's 26, and what's Tyreek?
28, maybe.
Yeah, so age really isn't a huge factor in those two. Tyler Boyd, obviously a really nice slot receiver, more than a slot receiver, but
yeah.
And Irv Smith could have a breakout year, but I just think Tyreek Hill and the upside of Shenault get you more value.
Yep, took the words right out of my mouth. I like the players on the right side, but yeah, Laviska's upside along with Tyreek, who's a legit shot to be the number 1 receiver in fantasy every year, it's too hard to pass up.
Yeah, I think an important thing to point out, too, is, Tyreek Hill's a guy that can win you 4, 5, 6 games by himself.
Yeah.
All right, next trade popping up here. We got Travis Kelce for Mark Andrews, the 1.3 and the 2.3.
I think this is a decent haul for Kelce. I know we've kind of bounced around different things on these shows about what's a good enough haul, what's not enough, all that good stuff. I feel like Mark Andrews is pretty consistent, usually about top 5, and I feel like he's probably going to stay about top 5. Adding in the 1.3, again, we've talked about Kelce's age and durability a lot. I think this might be good enough for me to pull the trigger and get rid of Kelce. It's tough. It's tough anytime to give up Kelce, but I feel like this is a good enough haul.
I agree. I think Travis Kelce is the hardest player to trade for or trade away just because his value is so unique, just being, the ultimate beast of the tight end position, but also being on the older side. I think that, in a few years looking back on it, that Mark Andrews and the 1.3 will obviously have a lot more value a lot more value assuming Kelce, retires a few years from now or just significantly declines a few years from now. But he could be the difference maker that wins you a league. But, yeah, I go with the Andrews, the 1.3 side as well.
Yeah, me too. I keep sitting here thinking, would you guys consider taking Pitts at the 1.3?
I was thinking that because then you've just kind of guaranteed for the next 10 years, you've got really good tight ends.
I mean, give him a little time to get up to speed. When he does, turn around, trade Mark Andrews.
Yeah, you definitely could.
Yeah, because, I know Kelce just keeps going, and I think we kind of sound like the Max Kellermans on Tom Brady.
Yeah.
But it's coming.
Yeah.
It's bound
it has
to come
to,
eventually.
especially in this sport. I mean, you can't play every single game every single year.
Right.
It's bound to fall off.
Nice trade, guys. Here we got another doubleheader popping up here. We got Mike Evans and a third-round pick for Darnell Mooney, a 1 and a 2. And then Miles Sanders, another guy that's just getting traded a ton too, man. Miles Sanders, a 2.1, 2.2, a second round for Will Fuller, the 1.5 and a 1. Let's start with the first trade, though. And I picked this one. I know you had put Darnell Mooney on your wide receiver sleeper show the other day, our breakout player. I just want to get your thoughts on it.
So I like Mooney a lot, obviously. I think he has a good shot to break out. That being said, I mean, it's hard for me to go against Mike Evans. I feel like, the haul's not great, but again, also Mike Evans has a much different role on these Buccaneers than he did with the Jameis Winston-led Buccaneers. I don't know. I'm going back and forth in my head now.
Yeah, how much did you like him as a breakout player? That's what I'm asking.
I like Darnell Mooney too, but I think Mike Evans, I would give up Mooney in a future first to get Mike Evans.
Yeah. When you break it down like that, sure. Evans is just too good, and who knows how long he'll be in the current situation he's in. So I feel like, go with the talent. As good as Mooney is, Mike Evans can be elite.
Good stuff. And then the second part of the trade, and I know you guys just spoke about Miles Sanders quite a bit, but I just wondered what side of this one you'd rather be on.
So I'm obviously a big Will Fuller guy too, but
he says obviously because he wears a Notre Dame shirt every single podcast.
Yeah. I'm sure you guys are well aware. Yeah. I would say even despite the fact that I love Will Fuller and 1.5 is a good spot to be, I'm going to go with Sanders in the 3 seconds. Just because I don't really expect Will Fuller to do what he did in Houston. I mean, if this is Houston Will Fuller with Deshaun Watson, none of the stuff's happened, maybe I change my tune a little bit. But I'm going to go with Sanders for now. It's close, though.
Yeah, I agree. Not much more to add. I think it's very close, but I would lead in Sanders.
All right, good stuff. And then the final trade of this episode, we got some quarterbacks on the move. Lamar Jackson in 2 seconds, 2 threes for Joe Burrow, the 1.10 in a future first. What side you got?
I feel kind of confident in the Joe Burrow side.
Ooh, all right.
I'm kind of surprised, and I think we've talked about this before. It seems like Burrow's value is dipping. I mean, obviously, major knee injury, but this guy was the number 1 pick in the draft a year ago. Like, he's a legit talent, and he was ripping defenses apart when his offensive line would actually block for him before he got hurt. So, I mean, it just seems like they're going to keep adding weapons for him, and I think it's going to be great for Joe Burrow. Obviously, doesn't have the running upside, but add 2 first-round picks onto that. I like that side better.
Yes, this one, it's tough for me because I do think Joe Burrow is going to be playing the quarterback position longer than Lamar Jackson is. The 1.10 in the first next year is really nice too. But from a fantasy standpoint, I don't know. Lamar could be a true difference maker like he was. I know last year he kind of had a down year, but 2 years ago was a true difference maker, was winning people a lot of leagues. So if he could get back to that Lamar form and just even if he was a mix of what he was the last 2 years for the next 4 years, I mean, I don't know. I like both sides. It's tough.
Yeah, I was just sitting there thinking, and I love Joe Burrow too. I just don't know if he's ever going to win you any games.
Right.
And I'm sure he will. Yeah. I mean, Lamar Jackson, if he can, go back to that MVP year, he may win you 8-9 games that year by himself. I mean, it's a risk you're taking. But if you believe Lamar can get back to that Lamar, I think I'd take that side too. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this edition. I appreciate you for watching. If you could, hit the like and subscribe button. As always, if you're looking for a place to play fantasy football, mastersfantasyfootballleagues.com. Over 600 Dynasty Leagues. We run over 1,000 live drafts, email drafts as well. So if you're looking for a place to sign up, we definitely got them. Any last words, guys?
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.